Objection!
February 24th, prosecutor's office, underground parking lot.
This is you.
Excuse me. Thank you. Dim boobies. Would either of you care for a quarter-pound of roast beef? I would. I would actually fucking pig on that shit right now. God, I'm hungry. Miss Starr! I guess she's out of lunches. You certainly are the curious sort, aren't you? Kind of like the first person who sucked a cow's nipple to discover milk.
That person, yeah, curiosity, wow. That's what it was.
Yeah. He's like, it looks
definitely like nothing else.
That baby cow's going at it. We got something good out there. Woo! Still, I never thought you'd go digging up that case from 2 years ago. Everyone in this trial was involved in the SL9 incident.
Are you having a stroke?
No, I'm trying to be Phoenix, like, distracted by the whole sucking on nipples thing. I guess that didn't translate well. No. Anyways, not only that, but the murder occurred on the very day the evidence from that case was due for transferal. This can't all be attributed to mere coinkydink.
It's so fucking crazy how many crimes come up in this game. I don't remember if later in the series, but like there have been 2 crimes that Phoenix has had to solve that came up like anniversary-wise to the day of a similar crime.
Yeah.
Now.
Are you gonna keep looking at my tits, or are you gonna fucking talk to me, Phoenix? Or am I gonna talk to you? I don't know, I forgot whose turn it was. Aren't you forgetting something? You know, that little scene I happened to witness? The instant Lana stabbed Detective Goodman with a knife!
No!
How no matter how much of the past you dig up, it won't change what I saw. Roast beef is meant to be savored when eaten. Miss Starr's hatred towards Lana. It all dates back to 2 years ago. Nope, we're just gonna go talk to Gumshoe.
I think you have to talk to her about something.
I'm very sure I have to talk to her about everything. It's a visual novel. Joe Dark. That's a name I'll not soon forget. We trailed him for half a year. Oh, the pressure it built inside of me. Still, I don't think I was ever more alive than I was then, surrounded by 3 incredibly attractive men with facial hair of varying degrees. Those days were steamier than a bowl of hot, white gravy.
White
Poor old Jade Marshall. Yeah. Though, he must have been going through hell. You mean because of his brother's death? They were close, those 2. After Neil died, something took over Jake. He became obsessed. Seeing Jake like that made her all the more desperate. Her? Lana Skye.
My sister?
I'm kind of... The political thriller person in me is like, yeah, she actually did fucking kill him. But it's not for, like, what it seems. You know?
Who killed... Oh. You'll see.
Okay. The best of the best were put on that SL9 case. Of course, they were led by that legendary duo.
Lana and Chief Gant.
That legendary pair was the reason we were able to keep up our investigation. That's why we were so shocked over how it turned out. You mean with the forging of the evidence? Don't get me wrong. Joe Dark got what he deserved. Still, it was obvious the evidence produced in court was being manipulated. Items our team never found would suddenly appear, while other items were kept secret.
But you don't have proof of anything illegal was done.
I'm proof enough of what happened. After that case, all of us save Goodman were relieved of our duties, most without even so much as an explanation. Then Lana Skye transferred to the prosecutor's office and became chief prosecutor.
Lana always wanted to be a prosecutor.
Nothing's quite as simple as it appears.
Huh?
Lana Skye was merely being used as a pawn. That's my take on the matter. She was being used? Damon Gant and Lana Skye. Gant led the investigation, with Lana second in command. They were the best.
They solved all kinds of cases together, didn't they?
Damon Gant's magnetism in particular was almost unreal. His daddy energy? By that I mean his ability to attract evidence. He produced the most incredible evidence in the cases he handled. Incredible evidence? You mean... Oh yes, there were rumors about him even back then. No one dared confront him though, can you imagine? He's like a bear. Do you know what bears can do?
They'll fucking kill you.
They can fucking kill you.
You ever seen one?
You ever seen a bear? No,
They'll
you
fucking
haven't,
kill you.
because you're not dead.
Yeah.
I take it she's talking about forged evidence. Back then, everyone looked up to Lana. All the detectives wanted to be like her.
Really?
Oh yes, myself included. I was a fool, really. She hated anything crooked, and always watched out for the other detectives. That's why she was so concerned for Jake.
Mr. Marshall?
When Jake's brother was murdered, she felt as if she'd lost her own brother. It wasn't for her, I don't think Jake would have ever recovered from his shock. That's what makes it all the more infuriating.
Miss Starr.
That's why I'll never be able to forgive her. Why did she have to turn so cold after that? Lana transferred to the prosecutor office 2 years ago, didn't she? Yes, thanks to Chief Gant's powerful influence.
Chief?
That's right. Having solved the SL9 case, his position as chief was secured. There was only one thing left for him to control, and then no one could stand in his way. The prosecutor's office. What? You mean that's why Lana was transferred? If he could control the chief prosecutor, he could control the prosecutor's office. That must have been his goal all along.
But how can he control Lana?
I don't know, but one thing's for sure. Ever since that case ended, she's never been the same. It's only logical to conclude there must have been a reason for her change. At last, I'm finally getting close to the bottom of this ugly mess. Damon Gant threatened Lana's sister Emma, and that's why Emma had to do the bad stuff. Or Lana had to do the bad stuff. Thank you, Miss Starr.
I didn't do anything bad.
You listen to me, Rook. It takes more than just ingredients to create fine cuisine. I hope you turn out to be a better chef than I've been. I would like to present to her. Christ, I'm hungry. February 24th, Police Station, Criminal Affairs Department.
Oh, you're back.
You're still here?
I gotta make 150 copies of these files. Brewing coffee, copying files. I'm turning into a regular DJ. You're a DJ as well?
If I'm not mistaken, I think he means desk jockey.
Hey man,
Not-
a guy could have a hobby, you don't know.
Not desk
Oh,
jockey.
that DJ. I gotta admire your persistency, but my answer's still no. Huh? I'm not letting you in the chief's office, period. It'd be not my neck on the line.
That office is the last crime scene of the SL9 incident. I have to take a look in there.
There's gotta be something we can do to make the detective change his mind. Fucking
Jesus Christ!
Nick almost just knocked over the fucking table that the laptop's on. Now I need a drink.
Well, there's meat
Fuck.
in the kitchen. If you go in there, you can grab me
My
the
heart.
pretzel sticks.
No, come on.
Okay, let me see if I can read this.
Due to recent events, I hereby announce my resignation as public prosecutor.
He really wrote a resignation letter.
Wow, even when resigning, Mr. Edgeworth is cool and concise. Still, it wasn't his fault.
Someone has to be held responsible. That's how it is in the grown-up world for grown-ups.
Yeah, but that responsibility means nothing if he just quits.
Well, not everyone sees it that way.
To truly take responsibility, you should have to work the rest of your life for no pay.
That's one tough grown-up world there. Jesus, can you fucking imagine? Oh, sorry. I didn't know this, but overtime pay is taxed more heavily than regular pay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that until today. Oh, I'm upset about it still.
What's this crumpled up piece of paper? No way! Mr. Edgeworth can't be serious!
Is he ever not serious?
I can't believe they pushed him this far! Mr. Edgeworth really feels responsible. When I first met him, I thought he was as cold as ice too, but I know different now. He trusts us detectives to provide him with sound evidence. But we betrayed him. Detective. That's it, I've made up my mind. But... Here, take my ID card.
We can't do that. If someone found out...
They wouldn't let you off the hook with another lost item report. Look at me, it's no secret I'm already out of the loop. After all, I'm friends with Mr. Edgeworth. Depending on how this case turns out, I may already be as good as terminated.
What?
So at least let me do this, for Mr. Edgeworth's sake.
Jesus, I don't like that none of these characters come back. Alright,
What do you
detective,
mean?
thank you. You were talking... Episode 60, whatever the fuck dropped yesterday. Your thing is like, bring back Gumshoe. Where's my boy?
we still get 2 more games with him.
Okay, Gumshoe's ID tucked swiftly into pocket so nobody saw. It's a police department ID card that allows access to areas the PD open to detectives. I want to say thank you somehow. I can give him this knife that I found. February 24th, Police Department, Chief's Office.
Here goes, Mr. Wright.
I'm so stressed out.
We're in. If anyone finds us now...
Detective Gumshoe's a goner.
If that happens, I'm counting on you to bail me out. Go!
I passed out. I guess.
Sorry, I thought you were a ghost. I didn't even know you could slap a ghost.
Ah! Detective Gumshoe, what are you doing sneaking up on us like
Hey,
that?
I wasn't sneaking, I was just worried something might go wrong.
I'm
So I
so
came
scared.
too.
If you're here, then what's the point in giving us your ID card? Gumshoe's ID crushed and rendered unusable in pocket.
Hey, don't do that to my card! I hardly ever get a chance to come in here, so I figured I'd have a look around myself. Besides, we're all in this together now. You really do want to get fired, don't you? Not if we're lucky. Now come on, let's see what we can find out.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Nope, you crushed it.
That's not what I'm looking for. Oh shit.
Yeah, I just bought some of that stuff. Now I can go around detecting blood traces too.
That's hand lotion.
Wow, is that a new type? I've never seen that bottle before. Add 3 inches to your base height.
Base height. Hey, let me see that. Looming tall, new and improved growth formula.
You mean this can't detect any blood traces?
Like
Well, it's not quite the same thing as luminol. So that's why the lady at the counter had that smirk on her face.
I feel so bad. How do I use it? Oh, did I hit present? God damn it!
I actually don't know if there's any bloodstains in here. I didn't think to check.
Damn, Brennan, you suck.
Well, it isn't really relevant. Whoa, this area must have been covered in blood.
Is this from that incident?
It must be when Prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered. 2 years have passed, and the reaction's kind of dull.
So a murder really did take place here. Is there usually only one blood spot in places?
Sometimes there's no blood spots in places. It's the only place that you know of that should have one, I think.
Okay.
Talk to Dick first. Or, I mean, don't call me Dick, pal.
What? I'm sorry, I had a stroke. What'd you say, Gummy? Gummy, yes. That desk on the other side of the room, was that your sister's?
Yes, that's where I was waiting for Lana. On that day 2 years ago.
Is anyone using it now?
No, sir. This is entirely Chief Gant's office now. He practices a strict policy of preserving the crime scene.
That's a strange reason to leave it there.
He leaves it as a warning to everyone else. He wants us to always be alert. He told us so himself at our New Year's party. Of course, he was pretty intoxicated at the time.
I see.
So ever since Lana left, no one ever touches that desk? No one except Chief Gant and the cleaning lady who's in here each morning.
Still, 2 years have passed since that incident. There can't possibly be any clues remaining, other than the blood I just found.
Yeah, but everyone already knew about that.
Whatever.
Can I ask you to do something?
Yeah.
You only came here to look around, right? Because it's one of the SL9 crime scenes? I mean, that's your only reason for coming up here, isn't it?
Why do you ask?
You don't think... Nah, you wouldn't be... No. No, there's no way. Never mind. Don't worry about it.
Okay, now then, let's look around a bit.
Hey, hold on. Not so fast, buddy.
Huh? What is it?
When someone tells you don't worry about it, it's supposed to start bothering you, pal. You don't just let it go with that.
Sorry. This guy's starting to get on my peeves. Peeving me off. Okay, what's bothering you?
You don't think Chief Gant might be a suspect, do you? What? He's right, Mr. Wright. What do we think of him?
Yes. Chief Gant. So it's finally come to this. What do I think of him? Perhaps it's best I don't divulge my feelings yet.
There you go, ignoring me again.
The shelves are mostly empty. Lana must have cleaned them out when she transferred over to the prosecutor's office. There's a small picture frame on the left shelf.
Hey! This is when Lana and I went to that theme park. Look at that giant window.
You can see the hotel.
Yeah. Makes you want to crash through it and jump outside.
This is the 15th floor.
I know, I was just saying.
Saying what?
Ever since being a detective, I always dreamed about doing something like that. Note to self, Detective Gumshoe has a lot of dreams.
So long as he doesn't go crashing through that window and he gets fired.
Don't say that!
Suicide joke in the middle of a child's game.
It's Japan.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
This was taken on that day 2 years ago.
The day Joe Dark ran out of the questioning room and tried to kill Emma.
After receiving his award trophy, Mr. Marshall took a picture here. Then went along with Chief Gant to question Dark. I bet I never knew he'd be dead just a few hours later.
Gee, you think? Fuck, Gummy. This is Lana's desk. It sure
Lana always been a meticulous cleaner.
is clean, I guess, is what he said. There's no dust on it. Look, looks like someone's still keeping it clean. Does Lana ever come back here?
No. Chief Gant must still keep it clean in memory of their partnership. They were the stuff legends are made of.
Does he keep it in memory of her or in memory of the crime? Like a trophy that he gets to sit across and pleasure himself to every day.
Every time I start to be like, yeah, maybe Nick's not so bad, you say something like that. The cast makes me have that fucking, he had us in the first half, not gonna lie statement. The Chief's organ sure is a sight to behold.
Oh, I'm so sure it is, Gummy.
Occasionally we hear him playing it from the Criminal Affairs Department.
It's on the 2nd floor, and this is the 15th floor of an entirely different building.
When a detective screws up, the chief calls him to his office and makes them listen to the organ for hours. What's so bad about that? Music soothes the soul. After that, the detective can't hear anything for days except a ringing in their ears.
So it's an instrument of punishment, literally. That's a really good
When the
pun.
bard learns, Thunder Wave.
Yeah.
But aren't the Chief's ears affected? He never listens to anyone anyways.
That's beside the point.
Oh man, I wish that this one isn't one where that becomes relevant, but there's shit later in later games, like in I think it's Spirit of Justice. There's a trial where the entire case hinges on you would not be able to solve it if someone involved didn't have a wheat allergy. It's pretty awesome.
That's great.
Yeah.
This is the real deal, isn't it? This armor and these weapons?
Sure is, pal. The chief doesn't care for imitations.
First the pipe organ, now this armor? Do you know how many taxpayer dollars must have gone into this room?
What? You mean we're paying for this? That's it. I'm not paying 1 cent of my taxes.
You don't have any taxes to pay.
Shh, be careful what you say, pal. Who knows? The chief may be hiding in this armor as we speak.
I don't think he'd fit in there.
Even if he did, he'd never be able to get back out. Cut it out. You guys don't know how scary that guy can be.
Spoiler alert, he actually is there in the armor right now.
Wow, look at the size of Chief Gant's desk.
He sleeps in it. Speaking of that, when we were here earlier...
Oh, is he all too?
Chief Gant. He put that paper he was reading in his desk. I wonder what he was reading.
This looks like a list of evidence.
A list of evidence? Maybe the full list of evidence from that one case.
In most cases, this list runs twice as long as this, though. Hey, look at the case name! Huh? This is 09 incident. I wonder what this is doing here.
Did he give us the list of evidence from...
No, Edgeworth had his half.
Okay. I knew it was only half, though. Hold on, detective. What did you just say?
I said, I wonder what...
No, about evidence lists. Normally they're twice as long?
That's right. I guess there wasn't a lot of evidence.
A half-size list of evidence.
The list of evidence. It seems too short. Most lists run twice as long.
What would the other half of the list be doing here?
I knew it! The chief must be hiding something about that case!
It would appear so. Evidence list added to the court record. List of evidence in the SL9 incident was ripped in half, so this part is all I've got. Pow. Wait, how did fucking Edgeworth not notice that he has a ripped piece of paper?
It was all he was given.
Yeesh. This is safe, isn't it?
Safe? That word is ripe with intrigue.
Okay. If you say so.
It looks like a code needs to be entered in this panel to open it.
A 7-digit number. I think I just might know what it is.
Do you know what it is?
I have a hunch.
Oh, I know. You want to try my birth date? It's... Hey, why are you ignoring me, pal?
I have a better idea. Here goes nothing. I am the king of all living creatures. Bingo! I'm
Where
in!
did you enter? Whose birthday was that, pal?
7 sevens, the final ID card number on the record.
What?
The number of the mysterious executive officer who entered the room that day.
You mean 777777? That's ID number?
That was only 6 sevens, Brennan.
Press the button.
I think you're 1 7 shy this time. There can only be one thing. That's Chief Gant's ID number.
Say, anyone care to look inside?
Get the fuck
You
out of the
thought
way,
you caught me. You thought you fucking had me, you asshole. But I did my thing right.
Good job, Brennan. Is there any money in there?
How much does he have stashed away? Look, it's
A shard from a broken
cup.
vase.
Why are you doing
vase?
It's a cup.
It's a vase. Somehow looks familiar. Where have I seen this before?
There's something else in here too.
What's this? It looks like a piece of leather cloth.
Are you making fun of me?
No, I wasn't. I don't know what happened there.
This is a handprint, isn't it? Hey, I saw someone wearing a shirt like that once. You think the chief made up the design? I don't think so. Fucking read whose line it is. Oh, well, it was just a thought. Is that it? Is that all there was in the safe?
Apparently so. It's empty now.